Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Canto 10, Chapter 52, entitled Rukmani's Message to Lord Krishna, Text 39. Shri Rukmini Vacha. I will read word by word, then you can repeat word, then we can sing this. Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shunvatam Te Nirveshya Karna Vivarai Haratongatapam Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akilardhalabam Tvai Achyuta Vishati Chittam Apatrapam Me Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Sunvatam Te Nirvisha Karna Vivarai Haratongatapam Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akilardalabam Tvayachyuta Vishati Chittam Apatrapam Me Shri Rukmini Vivacham Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shunvatante Nirvisha Karna Vivarair Haratongatapam Rupam Drisham Drishimitam Akilardalabam Tvayachyuta Vishati Chitram Apatrapam Me Shri Rukmini Vivacham Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Sunvatante Nirvisha Karna Vivarair Haratongatapam Rupam Drisham Drishimitam Akilardalabam Tvayachyuta Vishati Chittam Apatrapam Me. Kindly repeat. Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shunvatante Nirvisha Karna Vivara Haratongatapam Rupam Drisham Drishimitam Akilardalapam Tvayachyuta Vishati Chitram Apatrapam Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Sundarante Tungatapam Nipam Drisham Drishimadam Dvayachyuta Vishadichittamapatra Matajis. Thank you. Translation and purport by his disciples of his divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. We will read next 6 shlokas also, which is part of this class. Sri Rukmini said in her letter as read by the Brahmana, O beauty of the worlds, having heard of your qualities, which enter the ears of those who hear and remove their bodily distress, and having also heard of your beauty, which fulfills all the visual desires of those who see, have fixed my shameless mind upon you, O Krishna. Purport. Rukmini was a king's daughter, courageous and bold, and furthermore she would rather die than lose Krishna. Considering all this, she wrote a frank, explicit letter begging Krishna to come and take her away. 38. O Mukunda, you are equal only to yourself in lineage, character, beauty, knowledge, youthfulness, wealth, and influence. O lion among men, you delight the minds of all mankind. What aristocratic, sober-minded, and marriable girl of a good family would not choose you as her husband when the proper ties has come? 39. Therefore, my dear Lord, I have chosen you as my husband, and I surrender myself to you. Please come swiftly, O Almighty One, and make me your wife. My dear lotus-eyed Lord, let Shishupala never touch the hero's portion like a jackal stealing the property of a lion. Text 40. If I have sufficiently worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead by pious works, sacrifices, charity, rituals, and vows, and also by worshipping the demigods, brahmanas, and gurus, then may Gada Grija come and take my hand, not Damagosha's son or anyone else. Purport. The Acharya's comment as follows on this verse. Rukmini felt that no one could obtain Lord Krishna by the efforts of a single lifetime. Therefore, she earnestly pointed out the pious activities she had performed in that life and previous life, hoping to convince Sri Krishna to come. 41. O unconquerable one, tomorrow when my marriage ceremony is about to begin, you should arrive unseen in Vidarbha and surround yourself with the leaders of your army. Then crush the forces of Chaitya and Magadendra and marry me in the Rakshasa style, winning me with your valor. Purport. As Srila Prabhupada points out that in Krishna book, that Rukmini being born of royal blood, certainly had a brilliant grasp of political affairs. She advised Sri Krishna to enter the city alone and unnoticed and then surround himself with his military commanders so he could do what was needed. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur compares the coming fight to be the Lord's churning of the ocean to extract the goddess Lakshmi. Gorgeous Rukmini and the goddess of fortune would be gained in the upcoming turbulence. 42. Since I will be staying within the inner chambers of the palace, you may wonder, how can I carry you without killing some of your relatives? But I shall tell you a way. On the day of before the marriage, there is a grand procession to honor royal family's deity. And in the procession, a new bride goes outside to the city to visit goddess Girija. Purport. Clever Rukmini anticipated a possible objection on the part of Sri Krishna. He certainly would not object to subduing rascals like Shishupala and Jarasandha, but he might be reluctant to injure or kill Rukmini's relatives, some of whom might block his way to the palace inner sanctum where the women were protected. The procession to or from the temple of Girija, Durga, would provide the perfect opportunity for Krishna to kidnap Rukmini without harming her relatives. 43. O lotus-eyed one, the great souls like Lord Shiva hanker to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet and thereby destroy their ignorance. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, which will have become weak from the severe penances I will perform. Then after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. With the divine Rukmini's extraordinary dedication to Sri Krishna is possible only on the spiritual platform, not on the fragile world of mundane affection. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Nena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Shandubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees. Today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, I beg blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas here, Maharaj, senior devotees here. Hare Krishna. So, today is a very auspicious occasion of Rukmini Dvadashi, the appearance day of Rukmini Devi. So, I was requested that I should share something on Rukmini Devi. Initially, I was little reluctant because I thought it's a chapter of 10th canto. It's a very exalted subject matter. But I felt that let me connect to the mercy of Lord and the Acharyas and see what I can share. Then I just prepared something. I heard a very interesting pastime, how the birth of Rukmini Devi. Just like in the Krishna Leela, we had Mother Devaki, and this side we had Mother Yashoda and Rohini Devi. So similarly, in the birth of these queens or the gopis also, there is a very interesting pastime. In this current shloka, the mention of Girija Devi, the Mother Parvati, is there. So let us start with Mother Parvati here in our class. You know who is the father of Mother Parvati? Any question? Any answer? Yeah, Himalaya. Himalaya is the father of Mother Parvati. And Mother? Okay, that is not easy. Mena, some name is there. I also don't know that. I had just read it. So, when Mother Parvati got married to Lord Shiva, like Shiva, then the Vindhya mountain. Vindhya, where is Vindhya Satpura? In our history, we used to read geography. There is in the Maharashtra area, there is a Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh and all these areas. We have a Vindhya line of mountains. So that Vindhya is just not a mountain, but the personality also. Just like Himavan, that the Himalaya is a person, like that. So he got very envious of Himalaya. Just like what happens when two devotees of same service come together, there is some kind of enmity. That is because in Calcutta when I was there used to be always competition. Who will be the kitchen in charge? Because everybody wanted to serve. There is so much competition. So here also, Vindhya mountain was he was envious of how he got such a exalted husband like Lord Shiva. So then he thought he will perform a penance to Lord Brahma. And then after performance, he said, I want a daughter whose husband would be capable of defeating Mahadev, Lord Shiva in battle. This is an amazing thing, like how he was praying. He wanted a daughter whose husband would be capable of defeating Mahadev, Lord Shiva in the battle. Then generally Brahma, we have observed, even in the pastime of Lord Narsinghadev, that he immediately gives, once he is pleased, somehow the terms and conditions are forgotten many times. So he says, Thadastu, no? May it be. But after some time he realizes, how can you do that? How can how anyone can defeat Lord Shiva? Only Lord Vishnu or Krishna can defeat. And but who is the wife? That Radharani, the eternal consort, and Radharani's mother is Kirtida. So how this Vindhya can get Radharani as her daughter? So he gets puzzled. He did not understand. Then Brahma, again, this is a very interesting pastime here. Lord Brahma, to fulfill the boon he has given to Vindhya, he again performs penance. Again, he does tapasya to Srimati Radharani. And then he prays to Radharani that, I have given such and such boon, but I am not understanding how to fulfill this, apparent dilemma. Because your mother is Kirti, the eternal mother. So how can you, how you will get some other person as, father and mother? Then Radharani says, don't worry, she will take care of it. Then when the Yogamaya, just like in Krishna pastime, when Krishna was born, Mother Devaki was transferred to Gokul. Similarly, here also, there was two people. Who were they? The daughter of Rishabhanu. Who was she? Like Radharani. And daughter of Chandrabhanu. Who is she? Chandravali. Chandravali is the daughter of Chandrabhanu. So when they were taking birth, so to the arrangement of Yogamaya, they were spiritually transferred to the wife of Vindhya mountain, appearing, as daughters. So this is another spiritual transfer. Then at the same time, like in the Mathura, Kamsa comes to know that, Krishna has already taken birth. We all know the pastime, right? How he was taken birth and he was transferred. Then, and he also comes to know many others who will be assisting Krishna also has taken birth. Then he calls our very dear Putana and tells, you kill all the children who have recently taken birth, all the boys, baby boys, and all the baby girls, you kidnap them. Because he knows that, only the son will be killing, not the daughter or someone. So, not the girl child. So, similarly, when he Putana gets instruction from Kamsa to kill, either kill the children or if they are female children, then you abduct them. So, he goes to this area where our Vindhya and the wife, they are performing penance because they have just now got two daughters, in the auspicious that they are doing yajna. Then Putana goes and picks them up, both of them. And then she was carrying. Then Vindhya tells all the sages, all the rishis, not sages, all the brahmanas who are doing the tapasya, you chant mantras in such a way that I will get back my daughters. Then they chant a lot of mantras. There is a power, power dynamics. Like Putana had some power and these brahmanas were chanting different mantras. So when she was going on the sky, her energy goes down suddenly. Somehow she could not hold Chandravali, and Chandravali drops down. But they are not like human children like us. They are like, consorts of Lord. So she safely lands in the area of Vidarbha. Where is Vidarbha? Anyone knows? Don't know? Vidarbha is in Maharashtra only. This area is the kingdom of Vidarbha, right? And there she lands in Kaundinyapur. Now also it is there, city, Kaundinyapur, somewhere near to Amravati, right? This Kaundinyapur she comes, which is the capital of King Bhishmaka. So she grew up there. She grew up there because she was growing in this particular area. Her name becomes Rukmini. So she had 5 brothers. Who are they? First one, all of us know. Who was that? Rukmini. And others? I don't know. I have written down the names because I am not good in remembering. Yeah? Yeah, Rukma Bahu, Rukma Mali, like that there are total 5 names. So, either what happens interestingly, she grew up there and she became the 6th person, either 6th child of King Bhishmaka. Her name was Rukmini. So, like if you see the entire Krishna Leela, the gopis have expanded in many queens of Dwarka. Right? So then can you guess, or can you, if you know, you can tell me, Radharani is expanded as? Sorry? Yes, Satyabhama. And Chandravali expanded as? Rukmini Devi. Just now we discussed. And Lalita Sakhi as? Anyone? Any guess? This is a difficult one. Jambavati. Don't ask me other, I don't know. I only read this much. So Lalita Sakhi expanded as Jambavati. So like that, all these different gopis in the Krishna Lila expanded themselves to serve Lord, even in Dwarka also. So that's why out of all 16,108 queens, Rukmini is the principal or chief queen. So that is a amazing position she had, that she was a Rukmini. See, how do you know that like Satyabhama is Radharani? Can you observe any observation? Little bit. If you see in Vrindavan and that Vraja area, like Barsana, you go there, there is something called Man Mandir. You might have gone to Yatra, Man Mandir, where Radharani does Man Lila. If you see in the Dwaraka also, Rukmini doesn't go on Man Lila generally. Who does? Satyabhama. She becomes upset with Krishna that I want this, I want this. So the similar characteristic you can find in Srimati Radharani and this Srimati Satyabhama Devi, that there are similar characteristics. And Chandravali is more submissive and more pleasing Krishna, like that. So Rukmini Devi here also you see, she is always trying to assist Krishna, and Krishna likes that both, because he is Rasaraj, he likes all type of rasas. Not that only they should be like Radharani or only like Chandravali. He relishes all the way the devotee offers him the service. So this is a simple pastime I heard about how Rukmini Devi took birth, and then she enters the area of Vidarbha, Kaundinyapur. Then then the pastime continues like this. What happens is that this businessmen from Mathura and many sages, they used to come to Vidarbha area, and they were reciting the glories of Lord Krishna. SriSriRadhaRasbihari ki jai, Sri Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. So we hear in this Krishna book, if you read, all these different visitors, sages used to come to the kingdom of Vidarbha, because he is a pious king. They used to glorify Lord Krishna. So when Rukmini Devi also, he used to hear that narrations, that the shloka which we just now read, Shrutva Gunan Bhavana Sundara Sundaram Te. By hearing through oral reception, she developed the attraction for Lord. Just like we say, Punya Shravana Kirtanam. Hrudayantosta Abhyadrani Vidunoti Sahrud Satam. That's like Bhagavatam is just saying that, when we hear the pastimes of Lord, then we develop that attraction, and all our anarthas get nullified. So, but Krishna's beauty is not like any ordinary material beauty. Such exalted beauty Krishna had. So by hearing that, I saw like the attraction she developed with so much. She says in the shlokas that I will give up my life, my body, if I don't get Krishna as my husband. So this is the determination Rukmini Devi had. It's not like just like, okay, I come and chant, let us see. Like sometimes when the bhakti also, people come and do the ground testing, right? देखते ashram, let us see for some time, fit ho gaya to karenge, otherwise alternatives are there. So this is the normal mindset a sadhaka may have, which is not conducive actually. So we should have one-pointed attention. Ekeha Kurunandana. That's what Rukmini Devi is representing here. That she is not having second thoughts. What if if Krishna doesn't accept me? She is only telling next option also is Krishna only. If you read the shlokas, she says, okay, if you don't accept me in this life, I will take another birth and do my sadhana and all the worship, everything, my best effort, so that I can be, I can get you next life. Not that, if I don't get you, then I'll find somebody else, not like that. So, this is the position of Rukmini Devi. If you come on the other side, just now we discussed about King Kamsa. When Kamsa got killed, he had two queens called Asti and Prapti. Who were they? Who were their father? Any guess? Yeah, Jarasandha was the father of these two. Generally, because they got husband ka death ho gaya hai, so they go to the father and ask, Are Krishna ne maar diya hai. She killed my husband. Then Jarasandha becomes very angry. He want to just wipe out all the Yadavas from the planet Earth. Then he goes to the Mathura and just start fighting. And the battle, big war, whatever you say, he loses. And then Balramji catches Jarasandha and he was about to kill. Then Krishna says, I came to this material world with a purpose. What is the purpose? 4th chapter of Bhagavad-gita says, what is the purpose of Krishna's incarnation? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatushkrita. Then he says, in the material world nowadays there is a concept of doorstep delivery. Like you order something, you want sabji, you may get it at your doorstep. So similarly, Lord has applied such type of technique. If I kill him, it may get over. But if I leave him, he will go and get more kings who are envious of Lord and the Dharma, and he can again Dharma Samsthapanarda, again he can deliver them. So that's the plan Lord had, and he allows him to go. And he goes again, gets some more kings and lot of army, again he comes. Like that, he got defeated how many times? How many times? 16? 18? Option A. How many? 17 times, 1-7. So 17 times he was defeated. So then, on the other side, there's some very dear person called Kalayavan. He was searching for somebody who can battle with him. Sometimes we have that, हमको तगड़ा opponent चाहिए. अभी तक जो मिल रहे हैं, we always find this pastimes in the scriptures. Like Hiranyaksha also wanted, कुछ तगड़ा opponent बताओ. So here Narada Muni guides Kalayavana. You go to Mathura. You have, there are Krishna Balaram. They will be your fitting opponents. So Kalayavana goes to search of Krishna to fight with him. And then Krishna understands that he has also intel. Just like sometimes the country is attacked, we have intel, no? Like we have IB and what is that called, RAW. So Krishna gets that intel. What is it? There are two armies are attacking. One, about to attack, not attacking, about to attack. One is of Kalayavana. He got 30,000 million soldiers, something 30 million or some very big army. On the other side, we had already 17 times he was defeated, but he is ready for the another time. Who was that? Our Jarasandha. Then he feels it is not good that our kingdom is in this place where both sides are attacking. Then what he does? He makes Dwarka, which is very famous, in the middle of the ocean, and he constructs all the city, and he transfers quantum transfer, I don't know what, all the spiritual transfer directly all the citizens to the Dwarka. Then when he was doing all these things, then the Kalayavana comes. We know the pastime of Kalayavana, right? He goes to the cave. It's very amazing. He says that Krishna book says, because Lord was not having any like in any kind of ayuda, any weapons. Kalayavana also leaves his weapons. He was just following Krishna. He was running, and he goes to the Keva Muchukunda and he disturbs Muchukunda. Then he gets killed. Then he comes back. Krishna comes back to Mathura. Then when he was about to again, kill all the other people, he gets attacked by the Jarasandha. Then what he does is very interesting. See, people like Jarasandha feels that Krishna is afraid, he's running away. But 17 times he was defeated, he forgets. So sometimes we also in our trying to find the happiness, we forget that we have not got happiness by Maya, attaching to Maya, surrendering to Maya for so many lifetimes, and even in this lifetime so many times. We try to get happiness from Maya, we forget it. But we will try again, let us try. And here you see Jarasandha, he feels, Krishna and Balaram are fearful of me. They are running away. But their running away is also celebrated as Ranchod Roy. Krishna is called Ranchod Roy. Where is this temple, Ranchod Roy? Dakur, all of you went. Very nice deity of Krishna. He is celebrated. Whenever he runs also he is celebrated. That is Krishna's amazing pastime. Then they climb a mountain. The mountain name is called Pravarshana. Why it is called Pravarshana? Because the Varsha means rain. All the time rain is coming on that, that particular mountain. That's why it is called Pravarshana. So when they go, then Jarasandha could not find. He just puts fire in the mountain and the entire mountain is on, ablaze. Then Krishna and Balaram, what did they do? They jump off from the mountain. So anyone knows the height of the mountain? Like sometimes we say Everest mountain, this mountain. They are like few thousand foot. But this mountain is called 11 yojanas, something like that. So that's like coming to be around 140, 150 kilometers. Can you imagine somebody is, jumping from 150 kilometers and nothing happens to the Lord. He just, no scratches or no bones are broken. No hospitalization needed. There he is normal. Both Krishna and Balaram are normal and they go to Dwarka. Because Jarasandha thinks, I have killed them. Wherever they are, they will get killed. So he goes back to this thing. And in the 18th time, when he came, how much Sena he got? 23 Akshoni Senas. These numbers are important because when I am preparing for the class, I understood there is such an important numbers. So how many of you know how many Akshoni Senas are there in Mahabharata battle? Sorry? 18, na? So how many are on the side of Pandavas? 7 and Kauravas? But here it is more than that, It is more than that. More than double of even Kaurava army he had. So you can imagine Jarasandha is so powerful. He is one guy, such a PR he did, he is getting so many people, such contacts he established. He got so much, Sena to fight with Krishna. So that's why, sometimes the Bhumi, feeling the burden of all these kings, that's why she went and prayed to Lord Brahma, please help me to get rid of these people. And Krishna is doing it intelligently, through Jarasandha. So then, then we see the pastime of that, how, he goes. And then the pastime comes where, this I was telling, about, they used to hear about Krishna, the Vidarbha, the kingdom, the people and the king's palace people. See, the same hearing of Krishna's qualities. The Rukmini and Bhishmaka and all these people got attracted to Krishna. But Rukmi, he was got envious of Krishna. You know why? What was the reason? The same class, sometime people become appreciated, sometime people become envious. Or, array, what is this, he knows so much, something like that, The same class, but different audience, they has different effect. What is the reason either? Any guess for this? Why this Rukmi, that elder brother of Rukmini, he was becoming envious of Krishna? Because he was associating with people like Shishpal. Salva, Shishpal, all these people are there who are envious of Krishna. Though he is hearing Krishna's pastimes, his envy is increasing in his heart. That's why when Rukmini chosen that, I want to marry to Krishna, other people agreed, okay, no problem, we'll get you married. But Rukmi said nothing doing, You cannot get married. That's why, immediately when she understood that, my brother is not allowing me, when Rukmini, the elder brother, like the eldest son, is so strong, other people also could not say anything. Other four brothers and father, okay, kisi ko bhi kar do. But we want Krishna, but if you don't want, then what can we do? Just go ahead. They somehow agree to, marry, Rukmini marrying Sushipal. So that's the time Rukmini writes this letter to Krishna, which we read all the shlokas of 52nd chapter of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this letter has many amazing aspects. We'll discuss some of them and try to churn them in different categories. Say Rukmini, when she understood that my brothers are not going to allow me to get married to Krishna, she was not passive. She was okay, जो होगा अच्छा होगा, देखते हैं, जो हो रहा है अच्छा भी हो रहा है. So she did not succumb to any circumstances. She took active participation. Actively she took that, no, I don't want it. I want to shelter of Krishna. So similarly, in our bhakti also, when we face some obstacles, sometimes small, sometimes big, then we have an option. Whether we choose Krishna or we surrender to Maya. That anyway, सब लोग सरेंडर कर रहे हैं, हम क्यों अकेले अलग से जाएंगे. Like in our Kharagpur, sometimes many people practicing 4-5 years of bhakti, they used to go out for join different companies and everything. So one devotee joined in one company and he used to want to become normal. He said, he doesn't want to say that I am a devotee because they may put him aside, So that's why he was acting as if he is a normal, materialist. So, but because he was in association of these other materialist people, so he could not, continue practice. He used to eat whatever they are giving, all these things. So he got deviated slowly. So this is the problem actually. When we not, sincere take stand that I want to practice bhakti, the opposition can come from relatives or colleagues or even otherwise the society. But devotee means he takes active steps to protect his Krishna consciousness. Why we have to protect our Krishna consciousness? Brahmana brahmite kona bhagyavan jiva Guru Krishna prasade paya bhakti lata peace. So after wandering millions and millions of lifetimes and different Brahmandas, we got human birth and we got shelter of Sadguru. Here, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, mercy. So that's why, you are so fortunate. How can we just give it up by just little opposition comes? So I was in Calcutta for the opening of Bhakti Bhavan. Bhakti Bhavan is the house of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where so many acharyas came. Like, it is a place where Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur grew up, and Srila Prabhupada was just 1 kilometer away. The Harrison Road is just 1 kilometer from, the Bhakti Bhavan. And it is just 2 kilometers from the place where Srila Prabhupada met his spiritual master, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur. So it is such amazing place. And there all the Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj, Jagannath Babaji Maharaj, everybody came and they did bhajan there. Such amazing place. Then while explaining the glories of this place, Shrutakirti Prabhu was mentioning that as a devotee who are doing bhakti in ISKCON, we are not just fortunate in this world, but we are the fortunate people in the entire creation. Entire Brahmanda, we are fortunate. So because we are in the shelter of, His Divine Grace Abhay Charananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So that is a great fortunate position we are in. But somehow, for some small obstacles, some small difference of opinions, many people leave association of devotees. And they go somewhere, not sure of an association. Now one more devotee, he was getting some amount like 50,000 per month as the salary. Then his company, he went to attend interview. He getting some 70,000 somewhere else. But there is no association of devotees. So, but that devotee chose that higher package, but he could not maintain his bhakti. Because, see, you may get little less money, but you are struggling, you may find difficulty. But if you miss the association of devotees, then your entire lifetime will get wasted. Then again, when we will get this, association of spiritual master and devotees we can't say. So that's why it's always good that, we prefer whatever difficulties we come, just like Rukmini Devi was facing the difficulties, but she prioritized Krishna's shelter. She did not succumb to the situations and say that, "Arre, what can I do? My father and brothers are getting married to Shishupal." She took active part. She wrote a letter and gave it to the confidential Brahmana, and Brahmana sent the letter. And where was Krishna when the Brahmana came? Anyone knows? He was in Mathura or Dwarka? Any guess? I was telling in the before, but somebody is following, I am not sure. Yeah, he was sitting in Dwarka. So he came and Brahmana Brahmana was received by Krishna, Sri Krishna, and he gives Avabakat, some reception, Then he tells, what is the purpose of your visit? Then he says, Rukmini Devi sent me. Then Krishna tells him only to read the letter. Amazing, huh? He only tells, you only read the letter. And that letter had these amazing shlokas. So there it said, Rukmini Devi had a deep dependence. She had that deep dependence on, she expressed complete surrender to Krishna, no other option. And she had intelligent planning also. Again, sometimes it's not a blind surrender. Sometimes we say, I have to do bhakti, I will do whatever way, no problem. Not we have to, for planning also, for doing bhakti also, we can use our intelligence. Not that we can be blind. Whatever devotees are telling, let me just, blindly accept. So you can use intelligence, how to improve the service, what you are rendering to Krishna. How to increase the decoration of the deity, or, the service to lordships. So we should use our intelligence. So similarly here, Rukmini Devi made an intelligent plan. She gave 3 steps. What is 3 things she gave? When to come? What she say? 1 day before the date of marriage. And then she gave the GPS location. Where is the location? And near to the temple of Ambika, the Durga Devi temple, where she used to go to. She gave the location also. She may not have the other technology, but she gave clear timeline and location. And then third thing she said, how to avoid obstacles. Because when you are going to some other foreign land, you will have obstacles. So what she said very interesting in the shloka, she says, you came alone without no one knows, single. Go like a needle, come like a, plow or something, So he came one, and the military people came like different directions. Not that everybody came like a military. Otherwise, the white will come before only. He came with the horse, and then she picks up Rukmini Devi, and he'll start running. So, and then all the military then immediately becomes active, and they start fighting with other opposition enemy, and that's how the entire battle goes. So that is the intelligent devotee also plans like that. Suppose when I'm going somewhere else, when their association is not there, so I plan, okay, when I go there, what I will carry, how I can be in touch with devotees, how quickly I can come back. So this is the devotee plans to protect his Krishna consciousness. Not that, okay, mera job base diya, main ja raha hu, Hare Krishna, bye. So out of mind, out of sight, out of sight, out of mind. They go out and they may not come back. So that's why devotion means an active. It's not a Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur we were discussing, no? He gave an analogy of mara hua machli. आपने सुना? मछली तो पता ही, हमारा जुहू बीच is full of मछली. And there is something called mara hua machli. What is mara hua machli? What is mara hua machli? Suppose, like I was in Vizag, because of my doctor told me I should take bath in ocean. So there were some fish who were dead, but they were floating on the water. So when the wave comes, then they also come as if they are swimming, but they are not swimming, they are dead. But when you go deep in the ocean, this mara hua machli was also floating, just like along with other fishes, on the top. But they are dead and gone. This mara hua machli means what our Acharya is saying, that in bhakti we should not be like that. Sab log aa rahe, I am also I am also there. But like along with the other fishes, but I am not active. I am not putting my consciousness. Rather I am just, like bland. Bland, bland. Plain. Nothing. Everybody has to come for Mangala arati, I will also come. Everybody has to do Guru Puja, I will also do. Everybody has to attend, I will do it. But there is no consciousness, we have to put in. So that is normally we do that. That is a mistake we do. We want to, that's why we should not become like Marawa Machli. Marne jaisa waisa nahi hona chahiye. We should become active. And then when this such a letter, amazing letter is received, then Krishna responds immediately. And he went to Vidarbha. And he kidnaps her and then, and she had that amazing compassion. Because Rukmi was get caught, then Rukmini recommends, don't kill my brother. See, she is not attached to the family ties. It's not that she is prioritizing her family relation more than Krishna. She gave up. She only told, kidnap me. She is not interested in family relation. But at the same time, she had the emotional maturity of not, don't kill my brother. So this is called balance. Devotee means sometimes extreme steps. Oh, what I said is the only thing. No, there could be other way also. They're looking at it differently. Our scriptures give so many examples, even in Bhagavatam itself, that how Ashwadama was dealt by Arjuna. It's that type of emotional maturity we have to develop. Otherwise, people for small things they fight and they make their life miserable. So that's why our devotees suggest keep the main thing as main. Sometimes the chanting is disturbed, chanting, reading our sadhana, seva, they are the main things. Small things will come up, some difference of opinion will come up, some kind of fight with devotee, some kind of managerial issue. But that is a minor thing. But sometimes the minor thing becomes major. And we think, okay, now I have to set it this one right. But we are not thinking about our chanting like that. We are not thinking about our Bhagavatam like that. We are not thinking about a consciousness, how much I am involved in my service. Or am I really when I am taking darshan, am I praying to Lord with heartfelt flares? Somehow Maya, distracts us from our main thing and gaze into the tertiary thing, like, Upashaka. The Chaitanya Charitamrita says that, we get into this Upashaka of you take that position very seriously. Like the serious thing, I come the example of King Rahuguna. He has taken that position of his king as very serious and he gets chastised by Jadabar. You know that pastime, right? So similarly, we should, in our bhakti life, we should keep the main thing as a main thing. And other things, okay, if they happens, we may we do some effort. But if it doesn't happen, we should let it go. Let it go and focus on the main thing, which is our main sadhana and everything. So this is called emotional maturity is required. Just like Rukmini Devi had that amazing maturity. We should not be blind, just, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this. So many a times people misuse. Prabhupada said 2 chapatis. But when Prabhupada said 2 chapatis, what Prabhupada said, nobody knows. Something like that. I'm just giving example. They should eat 2 chapatis. So people quote Prabhupada out of context and think that I am a very matured person. I think I am a very great follower of Srila Prabhupada because I am saying, Prabhupada said that I am doing it. So this is not, many a times I have seen that to put their point forward, they are using Prabhupada rather than their bhakti for Prabhupada. That is general observation. Maybe I could be wrong. So, amazing here, there is an analogy of Rukmini, this thing. Rukmini represents Jiva, the soul, like all of us. Because analogy means like chariot body analogy like that. And 5 brothers or 5 senses. I read 2 analogies. I am giving one of them. And the father is compared to intelligence. Who is he? Bhishmak. So, actually why he is considered intelligence, if you see, initially he was convinced that my daughter will get married to Krishna. But when the Rukmi was influencing him, again he switched. So similarly our material intelligence also, he knows that I should practice bhakti. But when the senses drag so much, then surrenders. That's how the, our situation, And these senses want to get us married to Maya. Here, Shishupal. So this Shishupal, represents Maya, material energy. And senses try to force the soul to marry, Shishupal. Instead of Krishna, we married to Shishupal, So that's why what is the lesson from this particular thing? Just as Rukmini prayed for Krishna to infiltrate the army, like so many armies was there, no? And save her, the soul must pray, because what we can do, we can only desire. Like living entity can desire. What is our desire in prayer? Pray for the Lord to break through the influence of the senses and the intelligence and the material mind to rescue the rescue operation. We see that amazing poster where Lord is coming in the Garuda and one devotee is drowning. Lord is trying to protect. Samsara Sagar Samutraneka Setu, like that our Sri Vaishnava prayers say that he will deliver her from this Samsara Sagar. So this is like how this entire pastime is telling us how we should become strong, connected to Krishna, and with our heart we should pray to Lord to protect us from this material world and save us, just like Rukmini Devi was writing. And there we should not have a second thought. Can Krishna do it? Or any doubt? Sometimes we get doubt and then we are drowned. Because your doubt is the energy to Maya. So in this we will tell two more pastimes connected to Rukmini Devi. Once our dear Durvasa Muni was in Dwarka. So he says, I want, like Krishna invites him, please come for the dinner. But as soon as he gets invitation, Durvasa Muni is always he has a lot of certain terms and conditions, right? He puts the terms and condition that both Rukmini and Krishna should come and drag me by the chariot, something like that. That Krishna accepts because he was driving the chariot of Arjuna. He said, Brahmana, I should serve. So they were dragging the chariot and Rukmini Devi feels thirsty. Then Krishna immediately he is a mystic, he creates a water from the ground and Rukmini Devi drinks. And then immediately Rukmini Devi, like he was sitting in the chariot, our Durvasa Muni, he becomes very upset. Hare, you are getting nice water, you are not offered me. And Rukmini Devi was not thinking like that. She is very thirsty, I should, let me take water. I think Durvasa Muni and water has some connection, I think. Every time, he gets very much upset with water. So he curses here that two curses he gives. What is that? In the 12 kilometers, 16 kilometer radius, there should not be any sweet water in the Dwarka. That is a curse, a very dangerous curse. And she will be separated from the Lord, husband, for 12 years. We know how, like this is the two curses she gets. And to conclude that we can pray to the mercy of Rukmini Devi that may we all develop the iota of dedication and the desperation and the surrender she had for Lord Krishna. And somehow with that amazing surrender, she achieved Lord Krishna. So that's why Acharya says, Laulyam api ekala mulyam. That is greed, intense greed is something which the devotee needs. Otherwise, you won't get Krishna. If you do that a regular attendance bhakti, like then you don't get it. Just like suppose a classroom is there, so many students join. मेरा पापा बोला है मेरे को IIT करना है, मेरे को ये करना है, मेरे को आ गया. They sit in the class, but they don't listen what teacher is saying, and they won't be able to get any exam or anything. The reason is that because they are not attentive. So similarly in the bhakti also, it becomes sramaya hai kevalam. If you don't attentive of what you are doing, why you are doing, then it is also a waste of time and energy. Or it may get some sukriti, like some pious credits. So that's why Rukmini Devi represents amazing like 7 qualities, which are this acronym is there. Somebody has defined. I am just using it. So first, the Rukmini R stands for recognize the situation in our material world. What is my situation? I am so precarious. I can't even lift my hand if I don't have Krishna's support. We are fully under the control of Maya, right? 3 modes of nature. So the world is temporary and full of anxiety. This is recognize our situation. R stands for recognizing. And U is that understand the urgency. Then what is urgency? Like I was telling, no? Like in my childhood, so sometime I was taught these lessons, competitive exam from class 9th and 10th. But I saw today's they're teaching from class 5, 6 also. Why? Because the more amount of time you can get, the more you can prepare. That's why what Bhagavatam says, Kaumara Machret Prajnyo Dharman Bhagavatan Iha. You should start from the age of Kaumara, age of childhood. Not that you get 50, 60 and then wait, my chara responsibility khatam ho gaya, abhi main karunga. But you should start at the age of 5. So that is urgency is important. Just like we want to crack any exam, we have to start at the earliest. Similarly, we want to complete our term material world, we should start at the earliest. And once you got it, okay, whatever age we got it, we should not give it up. Take it seriously, just like Rukmini Devi, right? That's why very nicely it is said, no? Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition on the mind, but a natural for the soul. This is Srila Prabhupada writes that, no? It's not artificial imposition. So better take it naturally, it's our natural thing, Krishna Siddha Nitya Bhakta Sadhya Kabunaya Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Karaya Hudaya. So this particular shloka is saying that again and again, this is natural. Bhakti is natural. Not like we are doing something artificial, some surrender, what these devotees are telling, I'm not sure whether Golaka is there or not. That's like sometimes we feel like that. And how we get it? How do you get it when you want to urgency? By hearing with a keen attention. RUK. K represent keen hearing. When you are intensely hearing with attentiveness, regularly hearing Krishna Kada. So I found very nice example here, which is very interesting. He said, suppose when we go to Prasadam hall around 9:30, then will you eat little bit? Generally, at least I eat like plate full, like कुछ बचेगा नहीं जगह. यदि कोई स्वीट भी लेके आ जाए तो बाद में वो भी अंदर डाल दे. So it's no space. So, but when it comes to Krishna Kada, which is also like a feast for the ears, we do little. Okay, थोड़ा सुन लिया, हाँ बहुत सुन लिया प्रभु जी, आधा घंटा सुन लिया आज. But for hearing Krishna Kada, we don't put that, we put limitations. But fearing taking prasad, somehow, person like me don't put any limitation, अच्छा item आएगा तो और एक round, Somehow we don't get it. So we have to convert, replicate the same attraction person like me have for prasad to hearing Krishna Kada adequately. Hear abundantly, more and more Krishna Kada. That is called keen hearing, not just little bit here and there. And after hearing, the Rukmini M stand for meditate. Whatever you are hearing, reading, meditate on what you are reading on. Just like, not like as I said, the meditate on the Lord's pastimes, qualities. And when you are doing like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. So go into the deep, not for certificate, don't do these courses, Just get into this and meditate. And next, what is next letter? RUKM. Next line. I is intelligent planning. Just like we discussed a lot about intelligent planning, how she planned. So devotee has to do intelligent planning. And next letter, N. N stands for no alternatives. Like she said, I want to get to my husband, if not this lifetime, next lifetime. But only I want you. I want Krishna. That laulyam is something a sadhaka has to develop it. Otherwise, you may attempt exam like lakhs and lakhs of people, but only few becomes qualified. And last is identity. What is identity? What she is identifying herself as a servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa hoy, Krishna Nityadas. So keep serving Supreme Lord, situated in serving, we have to identify and sambandha abhideya. We have to practice that abhideya in our life. That, not just identifying, but practice that. That is this particular phrase Rukmini is representing. Amazing. Recognize, understand urgency, keep hearing, keen hearing, not keep hearing, or both. Keen hearing, meditate, intelligent planning, no alternatives, and identity. Identify ourselves as Krishna's eternal servant. And we pray to Rukmini Devi, all the Lakshmis are expansions of Srimad Radharani. So Rukmini Devi, she bestows some iota of her mercy upon us so that we can develop that intense eagerness to serve Krishna. Any questions we have for 3-4 minutes? Or any comments? Kindly forgive me if I said something out of parampara, but I tried to keep it as much as possible.
Hare Krishna. So the last verse in that letter, Yasyangri Pankajaraja Stapnam Mahanto, Vanchanti Mapadarivatma Tamopahatye, Yari Hambujakshana Labeta Bhavat Prasada, Jahyam Ashu Vratakushan Satajanmadischat. So on this verse, Prabhupada, very important verse. So she says that even great people like Lord Shiva, they hanker to take dust of your lotus feet to become free from tamogun.
Yes.
If I don't get your mercy, Yari Hambujaksha Nalavet Nalabhaya Bhavat Prasada, I will perform severe austerities and penances. If this is not possible in this body, I will take hundreds of births, but I will not go to Vishnu Chakrakar comments that I will not, even Lord Narayana comes, Lord Brahma comes, Lord Shiva comes, still I will reject. I only want you.
Hari Bol.
So that Prabhupada says this kind of determination, unless somebody is very, very pious, he won't get. So Srimad Rukmini Devi is teaching us, if you want Krishna, be very determined. It's not so easy. Like that.
Amazing.
Yeah. And this, in Andhra, this is a very famous pastime where they do Harikathas, dramas, Rukmini Kalyanam is very, very famous. In our childhood, we would always see the dramas and Harikathas, Rukmini Kalyanam. So some, they say that by reciting these 7 verses, one can become free from Sapta Vyasanas. There are 7 bad habits. Like that. And then those girls who are not getting married, if they recite Rukmini Kalyanam, this pastime, they may get married.
Hari Bol.
There is like that.
Marriage problem solve ho gaya.
In Harivamsh Purana, actually it looks like 2 times Rukmini Swayamvar happened. First time they did not invite Krishna. Then Krishna comes to know. Then Krishna comes with his army and all. Then Bhishmaka receives them and all. Bhishmaka says, "Oh, I forgot to invite you. It slipped my mind and all that." So Krishna told, "Don't tell lie, because you told lie, all your pious activities are vanquished." There, it's very interesting. Why Krishna did not become a king? He's only a kingmaker. Because it is said that none of the Singhasanas are eligible for Krishna to sit. Because all the Singhasanas, they are occupied by somebody or the other, like that. That is why Krishna did not like that. But his very pure devotees are king of Vidarbha, 2 brothers. They said, we will actually anoint you as Raja di Raja. Then they prayed to Indra. Then Indra brought a golden Singhasan. Golden Singhasan. And then they did Abhishek of Krishna. All the Devatas and all. They said, you are not the king, you are a king of all kings.
Emperor.
Like that. So there even Jarasandha also was glorifying Krishna. He is very great. Even though I got defeated, but we cannot, count him down like that. So that pastime is there in Harivamsh Purana. Yeah, like that. Then again, this like that. In my opinion, I don't like this analogy. Don't you think it is some kind of speculation? Because it is not given by the acharyas.
I can check it out, but I heard from
some fertile mind made it, but it's not there in the Shastra.
Like Mother Sita is representing this thing, like similar, no? Like
no, this Rukmini analogy.
No, I'm saying that. Like that is something like Mother Sita is in the Lanka, is like, material world, like
that
something.
That is given by acharyas.
Yeah.
Sri Vaishnava acharyas, they have given this 5 mistakes of Sitaji. So there, then one more interesting point, Prabhupada writes in Krishna book that Vishwamitra Muni is the one, that Brahmana.
Oh.
So that is his eternal job, to fix marriage of Krishna. So he fixed the marriage of Sita and Ram, then he fixed the marriage of Rukmini and Krishna, that Brahmana. And then in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela, he is the one, that Brahmana, who fixed marriage of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lakshmi Priya.
Hari Bol. Amazing. Prabhu is ocean of so much pastimes. Hare Krishna. It's 9:10. So anyone has last question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the nice class. Uh, as we heard that this Bhishmaka's palace, all the exalted devotees like Narad Muni, they also used to come. And then this Loka, Bhuvana Sundara Srinvatamte. So Rukmini Mata has heard lot of things. We have also heard. So my question is that why Rukmini Mata physically wrote a letter? So what was the need? Hare Krishna. What was the need for writing a physical letter to Krishna?
So, what is the other way?
No, because as we heard that Krishna is in the heart and he understands everything, right? What a devotee needs. So, why a physical letter was written by Rukmini Mata?
See, this is a Krishna pastime has like, if you ask this question, every pastime has this logic. Why Yudhishthir Maharaj had to, lose in the gambling. And why at all he had to agree such a gambling where other guy is a cheater, So like that, there are this, I don't exactly know, maybe Prabhu can answer, but at least I don't have answer that, why he has to do that,
Hare Krishna. Krishna is performing pastimes like a human being. So that is why all these things have to be done. There was no need for Krishna to go to as a Shanti Duta. Right? He could have simply influenced Duryodhana's mind. But he went as a Shanti Duta. He didn't want, actually he wanted war. But Krishna wanted to show in the history that Yudhishthira Maharaj did not want a war. Right? But Duryodhana forced the war, that's why they had to fight. That is why Krishna went and as a Shantiduta, he failed in the mission to convince Duryodhana. All this he had to do as a pastime to establish, Yudhishthira Maharaj's innocence.
And so Krishna also could not convince Yudhishthir Maharaj after the war. Then Bhishma Pitama had to do it. Because if wanted, he could have convinced him. But he is, from internally he is saying, don't get convinced. From externally he was trying to convince.
Yeah. He wanted, Prabhupada says, he wanted his pure devotee Bhishma Dev
to get
to be recognized as a very great,
He wanted to give the credit of so many lifetime service, what he has done.
Yeah.
Karandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Thai God Premanand.